Hey guys, beside me is the first EQE 500 sedan, all electric, a little bit more compact than the EQS. Let's see what this has to offer. Starting on the rear of the vehicle for the EQE, I really like these Helix 3D taillights, so the taillights on both sides. You get a continuous look because you have this one light that flows throughout, kind of connecting the whole trunk lid from one light to the other tail light, which I really like. This has the AMG line, so when you look underneath, you've got the rear apron, but you've also got a really defined diffuser, which I really love on this as well. To open up the trunk, like a lot of Mercedes-Benz vehicles, you're just gonna touch the symbol, pops right open. Something that's new that I noticed on the trunk here is you always have the controls to close and open when it's a power tailgate, but on this, you actually have the seat controls as well. So when you're folding something down, you're gonna push it from the top of the trunk lid, and that's gonna fold down the seats, which I found a little bit easier. On some of the other cars, it's underneath, or you have to kind of reach in to connect with it. On here, it's a simple, nice button, easy to touch, and then again, fully power to come up and down. Most people know this by now, but also our backup cameras are all enclosed, right? So inside the symbol, it pops out when you put it in reverse, and then it always stays clean, which I also really like. EQE 500 with the branding and the 4MATIC on the back. You can even see what they mean by 3D taillights when you kind of come around the side. It's actually layered. So inside the light's layered around, and it gives that uniform look when you're coming around the whole car. From this side, you can kind of see it in a row, and then on the side, it kind of has a completely different look, which is really sharp in itself. Lines up nicely with the rear spoiler as well. This is the Alpine gray exterior color. It looks good with the night, so this one has the night package as well. This is more of a sporty look in the EQE. You can dress it up or dress it down depending on if you want it to look more sporty, more classy. This one is more of a sport look, so they've done the Alpine gray with the AMG line and with the night package. So again, black accents, black rims. These are the 19-inch optional wheels. This is a 5 twin spoke wheel, and you can kind of see that in there as well. Again, AMG branding on all of the upgraded AMG line product. When you come around on here, same handles that are on all the electric cars. You touch it, it pops open, and that's how you pop open the door. Night package throughout, so you still have that on the mirror caps as well. And you have side branding as well, so you've got EQE on both sides of the vehicle as well. Something that's really cool about the EQE that people ask is, what does this do? What is this? Is this where you charge it? Is how you plug it in? Is this some type of weird splitter? Because there's no engine, you don't pop the hood. You actually just pop this right open, and that's how you fill up your washer fluid. So you just pour the washer fluid in here, goes right in. I actually like this more than when you pour it into the engine. It doesn't spill into your engine, it doesn't go everywhere. It's super easy, especially when you have a full thing of washer fluid. You can tilt it nice and easy, and you can actually rest it on here and pour it right in. I find it way easier to use. So that's really cool about this car too. When you come around on the front, again, AMG line, so you're gonna get more of an aggressive front splitter on the front, two-tone, and you have it on the sides as well. Then you've got the center black apron across the front. So you've got this whole piece that's the grille, all kind of a gloss black finish. That has more than one option, so you can do more of a star grille, more of a straight black like this one, prominent center star like most of them. High performance, a little bit more sleeker than we're used to, so a little bit more of a sleek digital light, high performance LED light. That comes on the EQE as well, so that's kind of something that's standard now. That's how you can tell it apart from the bigger EQS as well. So their headlights are slightly different, the fronts look different, and that's kind of, when you see them side by side, a big tell of the two vehicle differences. Coming around on this side, same thing, really uniform with the black and the Alpine gray, and again, not a gas tank, but in the same spot you'd find the gas tank, your charger pops right open. Any charger you go to, and you plug right in. I need a little bit more here. Plug right in here, nice and easy. Once you plug it in, it also locks, so no one can come in and take this out. And then once you're done charging, you'd essentially unlock it, press it, pull it right out, and close it back up. And that's the EQE from the outside. All right, let's check out the inside of the EQE now. So the inside of the EQE reminds me of a few different cars. They've really tied multiple different models into the EQE interior. When you look at the center console here, this is our new center control infotainment system for a few models. In the new S-Class, in the new C-Class, you get this exact same control with all of your controls here and push buttons here on the screen. A little bit different than the Hyper screen. But when you look at the trim and when you look at the finishing, the push button start, the vents, that is like all of the EQ models. So that's like the EQS 580, that's like the EQS SUVs as well. And then when you come over to here, you've got a steering wheel that is kind of our standard steering wheel for the C, right? So you've got the C-Class, the E-Class kind of, the SL, the S, and the C in the new infotainment system, and then the EQ with, you know, the dash and the trims and the different finishes on it. So it's really tied multiple different new trims into it. I've got my radio on here. So when you look at here, we've kind of walked through the screen before. Super big, easy to use touch screen. You've got full control using your finger. Everything kind of at the push of a button, all on the screen, including your climate control and all of your settings. Now, the difference on this screen versus, let's say, a C300 or an S-Class is you still have the same controls that would be on a Hyper screen in the EQ with the EQ selection, right? That shows you your charge, all your different charging programs, all of your histories, and all of your battery and range and consumption, all on the screen as well. Very similar to the Hyper screen. Center climate menus here too, so you can control everything on the screen here, where you want the air to go, how much of it. You can even control a second row of seats, which is nice, so you don't have to play around with any extra dials. It's all right here on the screen. You've got an air quality setting here, which is on all the EQs as well. Tells you everything from the exterior to the interior, the setting that you're in, and all of the different particles all on the screen too, which is kind of neat. You can control your fragrance control on here. If you had the vial inside of the glove box, you can control all that from here. If you want the air coming from inside or outside, like most cars, but a little bit more of a fancy design on here and more fancy of a control. You can also precondition the car because it's electric, so you don't have to necessarily remote start it to get the engine going. You can kind of pre-plan departure times, when you want it to activate. If when you unlock the car you want it to activate at that point, you just turn it on here. You can control everything right through the center control here. Something we always get asked, no matter what, no matter how fancy the screens are and how cool the drive is and how great the car looks, people want to know about ambient light. Ambient light's almost on all of our Mercedes-Benz models now, tons of colors to choose from. On the EQ line, you can actually have some different cool multicolored settings, which is new too. You go into the menu, if you go to the comfort menu, you have all your massage seats controls, all your controls are in here, but your ambient light is on here too. So you can connect and see if you want multicolor, single color. We're gonna change it to this one. This is one of my favorites, super vibrant. If you look, you can actually see that it's a multicolored brow throughout the car. Guys, what did you think of the EQ model? I really like the EQE. Great news, this is only the beginning. We're gonna have tons of EQ content coming out. This is where we're getting started, but we've got a bunch lined up already for you. If you want to learn more, come and see us, visit us online. We're here at Mercedes-Benz Burlington.